If you follow Classics World for a while, you'll be familiar with former Classics World magazine editor and good friend of the channel, Simon Goldsworthy. We've featured various project cars of his over the years, and his latest, and perhaps most challenging, is this 1969 Fiat 500. It might be small, but it's been a massive project for him, so we visited Simon at the workshop to get the rundown on it.
Came from auction up at WB up in Newcastle. It was an unfinished project. I was looking for another project to do in Classics World and wanted something a bit different. An interesting car to do. I'd never done one before. It had the appeal of all the bodywork and the paint being done, so they're two big expenses that you could take out of the equation, and I could then work on the mechanical and the trim and putting it all back together. There was several boxes of bits inside of it and bumpers and stuff like that, and it was advertised as, yeah, seems to be mostly there, and that was it. I couldn't go up to see it, and I did ask someone went in and had a look at it for me and said, yeah, it looks fair enough. There's a limit to what you can check out when you're looking pre-auction anyway, and a limit of what you can expect other people to do on your behalf. But I took a punt on it, bought it, got it down. It wasn't plain sailing, put it that way. First of all, there were boxes with lots of bits in, but a lot of those bits had nothing to do with the Fiat. Some of the other bits, like the bumpers, were so badly dented and rusted that they weren't usable, so there was a lot missing. And the first job was to go through it, see what I could see that was missing, then I have a look online and find out, yeah, you can get all the bits. There's a lot of suppliers, a lot of good suppliers, importing stuff from Italy, of course. So the bits were available, but my first shopping list was £1,500 worth of bits, and that was just the initial bits I could see. A little disappointed there. And then when I started digging into the bodywork, it got worse, because I'm not saying that I would have done any better, so I don't want to start sort of dissing someone else's work, but there were some fairly serious rust issues that had been slapped over with just sealant, and someone had been in there and they knew that there was a big hole or a big set of rust and they hadn't repaired it. Now, they might not have been in a position to repair it, or had not had the money, the time, all sorts, so I can't second judge on that. But what it meant was we'd done inner and outer wings on the front, outer wheel arches on the back, sill repairs, whole new floor pan this side, a large section on the other side. All had to be done, so it kind of negated the whole point of buying a car that had that stage done already. What should have been a 12-month project, I think it's probably been about 3 years now, and it's only just been on the road. Yesterday I took it down and put some petrol in. It's done about 10 miles now. Tax disc on the window is 1999, and as far as I can piece together, it would have been taken off the road then. It was done as a DIY type restoration, but in a professional garage. I guess he knew the owner had space in the corner or something. The poor chap died, and then it sat for 10 years before it was put in the auction. So we're talking over 20 years in pieces, and that's when I assume they just gathered up all the boxes they could find that they thought might be with it. So the frustrating thing was that all the bits I was buying probably were sat in someone's garage somewhere and they didn't even know about it. But the only thing that stopped me sort of dropping a match in the petrol tank at times is the fact that it is such a cute car. There is no car, I love Minis and I think they're cute, but this car has just got a character. It makes you want to sort of go up, put your arms around it, and if it didn't have that, I would have struggled to keep going with it, because it has fought me every single step of the way. Some cars do that, some cars just play along and they help you along. Other cars, every single job is 10 times more difficult than it should be. So for example, the last thing I got to do, there'll be snagging problems galore I'm sure, but the last thing I got to do is fit the hubcaps. But their thread pitch on that is non-standard. It's 1.25 and I got 1.5 bolts. So not a big deal, I can get 4 bolts easily enough. But I couldn't put them on yesterday when I was hoping to finish it off. So little things like that, never ending. It's a bit trite, but I should never have bought it. I've probably spent 12 grand on it. I'd sell it maybe 4,000. I could have gone out and bought one at 6,000. There's a different equation when you're doing magazine project cars, because you want jobs to show and work to do, but it's been an expensive operation. Things to do differently? I don't really think so. There's things you could always do better in hindsight. Sometimes you've done it and then you've had to go back and do it a second time. And there's little things to finish off. We got some marks on the paintwork. I've had it in the workshop for 3-4 years at least now. It's going to pick up these marks. So we'll go over, we'll tidy up. These sort of panel gaps, I expect that's original from the factory, there or thereabouts. We might be able to make it a little better. We've got to decide whether it's worth it or not. But some of that I'm working on structural welding that have been done before. So you're not guaranteed that everything's in exactly the right place anyway. So you've got to decide where to draw the line. I'm not looking for concourse, I'm not interested in concourse. I want tidy and reliable. Reliable's big for me. Nothing worse than a car that won't start every time you jump in it. I'll find more to do, and I'm sure when the next owner gets it, they'll buy it and they'll look at things and think, God, he could have done this better, or I would have done that differently. You always do. You always think you can do better. I'm pleased with it though as a whole. It's a nice looking car. Once I get some miles on it, I'm hoping the engine will loosen up a little bit, and it will find another horsepower or two, which will make quite a difference at this level. Every little bit of extra you can get is a bonus. Yeah, you're always more glad looking back. Not knowing the cars, never having done one before, you are having to read up, having to figure out different ways of doing things. It's not a British car, so having done MGs and Triumphs, you get used to a certain way. They got a different way of thinking sometimes, but it's fascinating seeing what a clever design it is. Little touches on it, they're just absolutely brilliant. So ultimately, yeah, I'm glad I did it.
It's fair to say this hasn't been an easy project, but Simon's determination to finish the little Fiat has produced some fantastic results. If you fancy the little 500 for yourself, do get in touch. Simon's looking to move it on in the very near future. But between now and then, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Classics World for 2 new videos every single week, and we'll see you again soon.